women's 800-meter run. 2 heats now on the track, top 2 in each heat, and next 4 fastest times will advance to tomorrow's final. And running perfectly on schedule. They're just waiting for the clock to tick over to 2:45 to start the women's 800. In this one, we've got Zoe Dundon of Minnesota, Taylor Ewart of Michigan State, Haley Kitching of Penn State, Aniya Mosley of Ohio State, Casey Kearney, Penelope Gordon, and Lucy Peedy, all of Michigan, Sam Poglich of Illinois, and Karina Napoleon of Ohio State.
Kitching and Mosley leading this one here early on. Haley Kitching, she's the defending Big Ten runner-up in this event. She narrowly took second to her teammate Rachel Gearing, who has now graduated from Penn State, but she's run 2:01.77 so far this indoor season. That's good for 4th best in the country.
And through 300 meters, Kitching out and currently just being stalked by Aniya Mosley, who's run 2:04 this year, knows if you want to advance to a final, Haley Kitching's the person to follow. She's got no fear. She's always willing to go out and lead a race, especially when she can come through in 61 seconds feeling pretty comfortable. This is a really fast pace for just about everyone else in this race.
Yeah, and sometimes if you know that you might not make it into that final, of course you want to just come here and at least run a personal best. So really honest pace here so far for this first section. We've got our 2 favorites out front, and it will be the top 2 finishers who cross that line, plus the next best 4 fastest times. So
different from what you see in the mile. Often people go out really slow to try and conserve some energy and have a big burn up at the end. I always found in the 800, the best way to conserve energy is to run hard early, establish yourself in a good position, be able to ease up across the finish line, and maybe only have to work for 650, 700 meters. But we've got a battle here. It's Kitching being followed closely down the straightaway. Mosley and Penelope Gordon of Michigan. Gordon moving into second. Kitching's going to take the heat win. And Penelope Gordon of Michigan in second. She runs 2:03.9 for second, 2:03.59 for Kitching for the win. Kitching and Gordon both take automatic qualifying spots, but a great run from Aniya Mosley. She runs 2:04.29, and she's going to be sitting right on the border there of whether she can make it through into that final. Here's that move down by Gordon down the home stretch. She looks pretty comfortable there, running 2:03 and sliding herself into one of those automatic qualifying spots.
yeah, and Gordon, she came in with the 8th fastest time so far in the conference, and 2:03.94. That's a sizable personal best. So she's a transfer for the University of Michigan. She came from St. Mary's out in California. So really strong pickup for them and a really great run to see herself into the final. Now we know Mosley is going to have to wait, but 2:04.29, really solid time.
And next up on the track, Heat 2, the women's 800. Cami Joy Hickson of Maryland, Mia Rogan of Michigan State, Grace Buchan-Nosbish of Iowa, Erin Reedy of Minnesota, Madison Mooney of Wisconsin, Allie Buchan-Nosbish of Iowa, Hannah Preco of Michigan, and Lonnie Bloom of Michigan.
And Allie Buchan-Nosbish, she's coming in with the fastest time in this section. She's run 2:03.42. So out really well on that outer alley. She'll slide right in front of her sister. We've got Madison Mooney from Wisconsin in a great position there, sitting in third with 2 laps to go. Mooney just having a standout year for the Badgers, running huge personal bests in both the 800 and the mile run. And they'll come through their first 300 there. 44 seconds.
So moving similar to what we saw in that first section where they went out quick and held on and ran a strong time across the board, and it's strung out really nicely. This actually sets up well for everyone to run fast, but also puts those top runners out there, has them force some of these other athletes out of their comfort zone.
And Mooney on the outside. still comfortable to just hang behind Ali Buchan-Nazbish. And these two are going to be side by side going into this final lap.
And the pace did slow there, so Mooney smart to keep pressing it, knowing that those time qualifiers may become an important part of this.
Erin Reedy of Minnesota hanging in there as well. She's in fourth. She was fourth in this race last year. Buchan-Nazbish, she was fifth in this race last year. So we've got a ton of experience here, but so far, Ali Buchan-Nazbish still leading the charge here with a couple steps over Madison Mooney. About 80 meters to go. They're at 154.
Reedy of Minnesota now trying to make a charge for second. Ali Buchan-Nazbish trying to run away with this one. Madison Mooney for Wisconsin in second. Reedy going to finish third with a strong close. Grace Buchan-Nazbish of Iowa in fourth. .205.07 for Ali Buchan-Nazbish. And Madison Mooney runs 205.64 for second. They're your automatic qualifiers. And you can see Mooney and Buchan-Nazbish able to ease up a little bit the last 50 meters or so. Just enough. But Reedy with a really strong close was kind of sitting a little further back and closes it down to finish in 206. And Reedy certainly fast enough to get her into the final.
You know, this will really be a fun race to watch tomorrow. We've got several athletes that have personal bests around that 204 range. But Haley Kitching leading the way, 203.59. According to our heat sheets, we'll see Kitching a little bit later on this afternoon in the 600 as well.
And your compiled results: Kitching, Gordon, Mosley, Buchan-Nazbish, Mooney, Reedy, Dundon, and Kearney all advance to tomorrow's final. Quick break before the men's 800 is next on the track. We'll have 3 heats of the men's 800. Top 2, next 2 fastest times advance to the final tomorrow. Men's 800.